going on, y'all? This is Miad. You're listening to The Rampage. It's Thursdays. It's 1 o'clock. And yeah, you already know what it is. So today we have our special guest back again, Miss Jessica. Woo! And we're continuing our discussion on weddings from last week. But before we get into it, I like to do my visual descriptions and shout out everybody in the room. So I am wearing a brown hijab, pink hair clips. These are hair clips. What pattern is this? This is a burgundy button-up shirt, black pants, and brown Converse. And I'm wearing glasses. And I'm also wearing a Palestinian keffiyeh. There was a Free Palestine protest today, and I went to it. So, yeah, I brought it with me. Also, Free Palestine. And now for everybody in the room, because I like to shout out my guests. Of course, we have Jessica back again. And, what's it called? Yeah, bro, this brain go crazy. So, we have Jessica.
Black leggings with a...
Yeah, right. Whoa.
With like a...
Yeah.
Nude, like a tan...
I would say like a beige tan colored shirt, button-up shirt down, also. Yeah. Black leggings, black Converse gang.
Converse gang. Gang.
Jessica has her hair in a high pony, and she is also wearing glasses. And of course...
Totally forgot I had them on.
Don't you always? It always feels like that. It's like, am I wearing glasses? I forget. Behind the camera is our girl Stacy, as always. Woo!
Hey guys.
And today, unfortunately, our soundboard person Andy couldn't make it, so we have James. Say what's up, James.
What's up?
Yeah. All right. So to pick up, wait. Hold on. Before we pick up where we left off, of course, I have to plug all of our stuff. You're listening most likely on WCRCUNY.net. That's where you go to listen to shows live. And then if you want to keep up with the shows, we have WBCR CUNY. And of course, the full-length episodes will be posted to WBCR_CUNY.
At YouTube.
I know, on YouTube. Thank you. And I have to post the episodes on YouTube. They're just on my hard drive and have never seen the light of day. But I promise y'all, I will get my act together.
Don't hold your breath.
Okay. And, of course, we want to get this started. We want to get an advice segment started. It's called 1-800-SEND-HELP. So you can email us for advice at the Rampage, WBCR@gmail.com, and DM us on Instagram and follow us on Instagram at the Rampage WBCR. You can DM us advice. You can email us advice. And we will try to answer for y'all on the show. But yeah, so of course we have a guest. So I'm back with the chocolate every episode.
Yay!
I have chocolate for my guests and for my permanent guests. There you go.
Yay. Twix and no, not Twix. Kit Kats and Reese's.
Stacey, you want one?
I'm gonna sneak around and get one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I had a decent breakfast, so I can have candy this early.
Y'all are better than me. I had half a bagel today. That was like 30 minutes before I walked into the protest, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So last week we covered weddings. We defined what weddings are. We defined marriage. We talked about how weddings are so expensive. The average wedding in the United States is $30,000. We talked about what costs the most. We did the cost breakdown, what we're spending the most on, how necessary are weddings to you, and if we plan on getting married, do we like them, do we hate them, and we stopped at our favorite wedding traditions. I talked about mine, which was the Sudanese jirtig ceremony where you spit milk. The bride and the groom spit milk in each other's face. It sounds very gross, but think about it. What's grosser, spitting milk in somebody's face or what you're going to be doing later that night? Thank you.
Well, later that night is a sacred place between a husband and a wife, so they can get as down and dirty as they want to.
It's still nasty. I don't think spitting milk in their face, that's the least nastiest thing you're going to be doing, I think. Anyways, so do you have a favorite wedding tradition? I don't know if we covered this or not.
Yeah, no, I said I think it's the parties before, like the bachelorette party, the bridal shower, because it's all anticipation. And then once the wedding happens, it's over so quick.
It is.
So I like the prep.
I like that. Stacey, did you have a favorite? You said honeymoon, right?
Yeah, I said honeymoon just because I get to, get away from everybody else and spend time with my partner.
Honeymoons are fun. What about you, James? Do you have a favorite wedding tradition?
I'm so far removed from that, I haven't thought about it.
Entirely. Like, you don't even like, when you go to weddings, you don't even have a thing where it's like, oh, I like that moment. No, nothing.
I've never been to one.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
One day you'll go.
One day you'll go. All right. So we talked about wedding traditions that we like, but what is a wedding tradition that you think needs to be abolished? I'm going to go last. I would like you to go first, Jessica, if you could think of
which
one.
one I would like to be abolished.
What wedding traditions do you hate? Needs to go.
I love weddings, so it's hard for me to hate any part. Maybe the price tag.
Okay.
Well,
Fair.
no. Okay, so now that I'm saying price tag, I think what we need to stop making weddings so materialistic.
Okay.
And that's kind of hard to do because everything is so pretty. And if you see my Pinterest, you would be like, girl, ain't nothing non-materialistic about you. But I think I understand weddings a big celebration. And it's a moment that you're hoping you only have once, right? So you want to put it all into it. But unfortunately, it's become such a status, like material-wise, that if you don't have this big, luxurious wedding, you kind of feel bad. Or you're like, I couldn't, like, you start comparing yourself. And I've known people like that, to compare their wedding to other people's weddings. And it takes out joy. And it's like you're kind of focusing on the wrong thing.
Right.
So I kind of wish that as a culture, we stop saying, like, we shift from the biggest and the most beautiful weddings to the most meaningful, you know.
I like that.
I wish we would
having the most fun too.
Yes. So quickly before we go on to you ask someone else, another thing I think we have to stop, and I'm going to attach this to that, is we need to stop inviting 500 people. You are not close to 500 people.
Unfortunately, in my culture, that is like not going to be a thing, because it's like,
well, I understand.
There's a whole thing of like, if you have a huge family, that's one. And two, it's just like, bro.
Well, that goes back into the cost and having to have a big wedding because you have so many people. And I understand it's culture. It's culture based. Yeah. So I just feel like, well, maybe in those cultures, everyone you're inviting, or somehow you get a huge contribution to your wedding. Is that what happens?
I mean, from what I know, everybody who's like immediately related to the bride or the groom, they like give money to the parents to like help. They give them wedding gifts, but like that money gets used for like supporting the wedding.
So I guess in American/Western culture, it used to be where the bride's family would pay for the wedding, but between the economy and families, that's just not working anymore. It stopped working like that, and you can opt to have a smaller wedding. And people a lot of people don't realize they make the money back from the wedding gifts people give them at the wedding.
Yeah. That's literally how that works, yeah.
But the thing is, are you making all of that back?
Not
no.
all of it. Definitely
no.
not.
So what I'm saying is, the bigger the wedding, the bigger the cost. And the bigger the cost, you want a more, like I said, it becomes into like a materialistic thing instead of like, but I get it. It's culture based. I just wish that's probably one thing, is that we stop that. We don't make people like they have to drop every dime they have. They have to work 3 jobs to get it. They have to have it at this place.
Yeah. It shouldn't have to be that way. I hear you. What about you, Stacey? What's a wedding tradition we need to ditch?
Honestly, the first thing I thought of was, I don't know what it's called, but like the game that they play where like they remove the garland.
Oh, the garland!
I was gonna say that! Oh my God.
Why?
It's just weird to me that like you're doing it in front of like your partner's going up your dress and they're gonna take it off in front of all your family and stuff. I don't know.
I thought Gen Z was a lot more liberal than that. What?
I mean, yeah, but also, I come from a very conservative family. Like, our wedding traditions, I don't want to say they're like super conservative.
But do they have that tradition?
Hell no. I
don't think there's anything wrong with that tradition. I think it's cute. It's fun.
Up here. Also, it be people on Twitter. I saw a video where they be taking it too far, and it's like they completely bypass the belt, and then they do something else, and they're there for like a minute.
Well, that's crazy.
It's like, ew.
That's crazy. It's supposed to be, you go up there, you take the garter off. It's supposed to be quick.
Yeah.
And then you toss it, and then whatever.
That's it. I still feel like, I don't know, in front of grandma, in front of
exactly.
You're lifting a dress over one leg, and it should be here. It shouldn't be any further.
I've seen
some
some people
put them
not
on
even
high.
lift the
If you're
dress.
doing more than that, then you have a scandalous wedding. I don't know.
Yeah.
A
I've
ratchet
seen
wedding.
people. For me, I just feel like, where's the decorum? Where's the class? I feel like it's just, I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel like it's
girl, it's happening at my wedding, so get ready.
At your wedding, in front of all the guests, I feel like that's the thing that you could do.
Expected. I don't know if my friend did that at her wedding. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think they had that.
Yeah.
She definitely threw the flowers. I wish they, you know what, that's one tradition we can get rid of.
Throwing the bouquet. I feel like it's fun. It doesn't mean you're getting married next. I just think it's a fun thing that you do. You catch it.
I don't want to throw my bouquet to nobody. It's my bouquet. I'm keeping mine.
I mean, okay. That's up to you, girl. You could do that. That's your wedding. I mean, you are paying for the flowers, so, you know, might as well keep them. Yeah, I think we kind of covered this. What traditions will you keep? I'm trying to think. What's a tradition that I really like at a wedding?
I mean, the reception.
Well, yeah, the reception is cute. A white dress. Can we get into the white dress thing?
Okay, yeah.
Please. Okay, for me, I feel like for the Islamic girlies, I know y'all been to every single wedding, or you see a wedding where the bride is Muslim and she's wearing a white dress. It's literally just a big white thing and it's sparkly. Like, that's it. I feel like the Islamic girlies, we don't get a lot of choice in the kind of dresses that we can wear. And it's just like, it's kind of unfortunate because, like, I want a wedding dress. I want it to be cute. I want it to be nice. But, like, we can't have stuff that's, like, showing body, showing, like, super tight and, like,
so
that
some
kind
of these
thing.
wedding dresses, you wouldn't, I mean, not all of them are revealing.
Like, oh, I know. Obviously, not every single wedding dress is revealing, but some of them are like...
Would you guys be able to wear, this is beautiful.
It is beautiful, but the sheer sleeves is no, because it's showing your skin.
Oh.
Yeah. So you have to get, like, a
guess I would
long
be
sleeve wedding
bummed out, too.
dress. That kind of thing. These dresses are beautiful, by the way. There's this one designer on Instagram. He does this really elaborate wedding dress designs, and they're beautiful, and it's, like, to the body, and it's, like, not glittery. I feel like there's, like, not stones. It's a glitter. It's in rhinestones. Lord, I don't know. Sparkles. And it's, like, beautiful details on the dresses, and I will never be able to wear them because can't show the skin, girl. Not even at the wedding. Maybe at the after party.
What if
Not
you
at the
have
wedding.
how about this?
Yes.
What if you had two weddings? One your traditional culture and then one like an American wedding where just like you and your American friends and you can wear whatever dress you want.
You know, what they do is that literally they do that where it's like they do the American. Okay, so the bride and the groom, they walk in their, what's it called? White dress and a tuxedo. They come in, they do like a first dance, whatever. And they do all of that. And then the same night they switch into cultural clothes and then they like play, what's it called? They change into the cultural clothes. They do a second entrance. And then everything else from that point on is just like their cultural wedding, you could say. Some people, they do it 2 separate days. Some people do it the same night. But yeah, it really is just up to you. People do that, but it's just they combine the events.
I would separate them so I wouldn't offend anyone with my American wedding dress. So my grandmother wouldn't have to see it. My mom wouldn't, but my American friends like, look,
If you have like a bridal,
like the dress the dress I just showed you with the, because if it's if you're having the American ceremony without the pressure of your culture and your family there, you can wear that.
I mean, if it's women only, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Sorry, girl. I do believe I am a Muslimic to the bone. Sorry. But yeah. So I think we can move on. So what themes do you really like? You show me like very lakeside wedding.
Oh, so like
that kind of thing. What kind of themes are you interested in?
I really want mine like in nature. I don't know. Even though I am Christian, I don't know if I'll ever get married in a church.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Because I want to be outside.
Okay, that's fair.
But there is a church. There are churches where they have like outside chapels.
Okay,
or
cute.
like I could show you a picture. So my friend sent me a picture from Pinterest, and she's like, "Oh, you can have your wedding here," and it's basically a chapel with like a wooden frame, but it's all outside.
Let me see.
It's beautiful.
I don't know, a chapel with a wooden frame.
Oh God, and of course. But
I don't want to sound ignorant, but what is a chapel? Is it literally like
a chapel
this?
it's
Or it's a tiny church?
a chapel is a word for where you get married in the church. It's
literally
church.
just like
the church.
It's a little like place where you get married. People get married at the church.
Yeah, it's in the church. So
Okay.
where the pulpit, like where your minister or your pastor is, like that's where you would get married. And at that point, it's not necessarily called the church, but like a chapel. But there is like a separate place where it's like a very, very small chapel, not a church, but a chapel where you can get your religious.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And you can just do it and then dip out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cute.
A chapel is small enough to you can find one in hospitals.
Yeah.
Whoa, really?
Exactly.
Yes.
Nice.
Because that's also, chapels are also where people go to like pray in like crisis. So it's not technically inside the church. It's like a very small version, a very small, minuscule. But people use it interchangeably.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, so I want to get married outside, on the side of a mountain facing the water. I'm looking for the picture.
Okay. So then I think like follow-up question, when people elope when they get married and they like go to Vegas or whatever, they go to like these really small chapels and just get married there and then go, and that's it? Interesting.
Yeah, and usually they just have a few friends there. Maybe that's where I did go to a Vegas wedding, but it wasn't like at a chapel. Like this girl got married, my friend's sister got married at a very nice small chapel inside the MGM. And then she had her reception at the Venetian.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so the Venetian and MGM, I don't even know if it's still called the MGM, but the Venetian, it's a very nice hotel in Vegas. It's a very it's one of their iconic hotels.
Got it. Okay.
So not cheap to get married in these places. But this was back in like 2007. So it's probably much more affordable then than what it is now. But
of course.
Yeah, no, they wanted to get married in Vegas. I don't know why she chose Vegas. Like I said, a lot of people choose to go away so they can keep the wedding smaller.
That makes sense.
So I'm assuming that's probably why they went. I wonder if they're still together.
Clarify for a second though. Getting eloped means like getting married legally without the ceremony?
Yeah. So getting eloped means we're not having a ceremony, we're not having a reception. It's me and my partner. We're going to get married. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, so what themes would you like?
What themes do I want at my wedding? I'm trying to think. I really am an earth tone girly. I love browns. I love yellows, oranges, greens. So I really want to include those in my wedding and like the design scheme. I'm trying to think like bridesmaid colors. I'm trying to think. I really love like an emerald green. Emerald green is really pretty. But I have to think about my bridesmaids. Is it going to suit all the bridesmaids? What fabric do I want?
So something
that
like
kind
this.
of thing. Ooh, that is real nice.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I don't
It's
know
looking
if you guys
real
can
nice,
see.
innit?
Oh,
But
don't show my busted phone.
It do look expensive though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's in Arkansas. It's
In
a beautiful.
Arkansas, it is beautiful.
I don't know if you could see it.
Would you travel to Arkansas to get married, Jess?
Yeah.
You would?
If the place is beautiful and it
Okay.
has exactly what I want and what
Then
I
yeah,
need,
you would
then
go?
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going.
I have a question, y'all. Question for the room. What wedding themes do you hate? Absolutely hate. I'm gonna go last because I already have an answer. But what wedding themes do you hate? It could be colors. It could be, I don't know, a thing. I don't know.
I don't want. I guess because I want like a more natural setting with nature. I guess I don't want anything too sophisticated.
Very rustic is your vibe?
Yeah. So like
Okay.
I wouldn't get married like in the city, like at a venue
Interesting. Wow. Okay.
where it's like diamonds like when you look at the wedding magazines, you'll know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like they're beautiful in their own way, but I think it's overindulgence.
Okay. That's fair.
Color is important.
Do you have any colors in mind?
My colors, I think, would be probably like more in the rose goldish, light pinkish, white nude.
Cute.
I did have a friend who used Tiffany blue.
Ooh.
But I was kind of, I thought it would be more of the Tiffany blue. I thought like her dresses would be, or like the accessory. But the only thing that was actually Tiffany blue that I can remember was the lights that were in the venue.
And that was it.
Like the overhead lights had like this Tiffany blue that she wanted. But that was it.
Like not flowers, not
no.
What's it called? Centerpieces on the table. Nothing?
No, I don't remember. Now I could be wrong, but I have pictures on my phone, so I just don't remember. There is a new tradition I don't like.
Ooh, what is it?
It's when you have all your bridesmaids wearing different dresses.
Why would you do that? Is it the same color dress?
It's the same color.
Oh,
I thought that could have been a good compromise, but the more I see photos like that, the more I'm like, no. My bride, no different.
It's all going to be the same dress, same fabric, same color.
Yep.
Okay, fair.
Yep.
It also, when my cousin...
If you have a problem, then you just won't be at my wedding party.
My cousin's friend got married, and she did that for all her bridesmaids. She literally went to the dress store, all of them the same day. They all had the same fabric, and they literally tailored each dress to each bridesmaid, and they made all the dresses, they bought all the dresses, and that was that. It was the same exact dress, none of the BS of like, oh, but I couldn't find the dress, but I couldn't find it this color.
No, that's how
I'm a shade off from all the brides, and I was gonna mess up the pictures, like all that stuff.
When my best friend had her wedding, we all went together to I think we went to David's Bridal. I think that's where she got her dresses. I think she got her dress at a different shop, but that's where we got the bridal dresses. And we just got it tailored to us, but we all got the same dress, all got the same color.
There's no confusion. There's no...
Because I just feel like on your wedding day, everything should be uniform. And everything should be uniform because the bride and the groom should be sticking out. Not your bride. Not your bridesmaids, not the groomsmen. Like, I think the couple should outshine everybody and everything.
I hear that. I think... What's it called? Because I don't know. I feel like the same color, different dresses could be cute as well. I've seen it. If it's, like, executed well, then it's really... It's done very well. I've seen some
nice ones.
But yeah, I do agree. Like sometimes you don't want the dress to be
like a huge difference.
Between
each other.
Like I said, because when you want your guest to look at when you guys standing there, I don't want my guest to figure out, oh, that dress is nice. That dress is nice. No, like, oh, they're nice. Oh, let's look. Like, look at me. Don't look at my bridesmaids.
But I feel like them all wearing...
That could be selfish and narcissistic, but I don't care.
But everybody is going to be looking at you. They're just wearing the same color. So everyone's like, okay, I know these... They're all dressed in the same color. They're the bridal party.
Yeah. I could just be
same
a
color,
bridezilla
the gentleman party. We're going to get to bridezilla in a little bit. But Stacey, do you have a theme that you hate at weddings?
I don't really think about weddings that much, so I don't have an answer for that.
That's fair.
That's okay.
Yeah.
James doesn't go to weddings. A theme that I hate. So I saw like a Reddit post where it was just like, am I the asshole? And essentially what it said was there was a couple who had a Game of Thrones themed wedding, and they wanted everybody present at the wedding to speak the language that they speak in Game of Thrones, High Valyrian or whatever. And they said if you don't speak High Valyrian at the wedding, then you shouldn't even go, whatever. It was like it was a very weird like sticking point. They're like, only if you speak High Valyrian at the wedding can you stay, can you come. And it's just like, why would you do that? Go to hell. Literally go to hell. Like,
I feel like at that point then it's not about your wedding, it's about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Have a Game of Thrones party.
Literally.
Like I think I would have gone and just pretended to speak High Valyrian unless the couple was going around person to person demanding High Valyrian.
They were like very serious about that rule.
I don't want to. I guess I hate that part about weddings. The weddings who are very sticklerish.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very. One wedding I went to.
We only got a minute left. It's okay. If you can tell the story fast, then we'll get into it.
This girl had like 7 different attires that you could wear.
7 different like entrance dresses?
No, she was telling us in her wedding website invitation like
only 7.
Like these are the colors, but there were like 10 different colors to choose from.
Okay, and she was like, I want all my guests to pick one.
Yeah, to wear within these like.
I don't think that's crazy.
But the colors were not like.
Oh, they weren't going together?
That's what I'm saying.
I hear that.
Some of them did, and some of them we were like, wait, why?
I feel like if you would do that, then all those colors have to go together. And okay, we are at the break, unfortunately. So for this break, we are listening to, what are we listening to? Oh Honey by The Delegation. And what else? Oh Honey by Delegation. And How Does It Make You Feel by Victoria Monet. We'll be back talking more wedding stuff after this. See y'all after the break. Hello. We're back again. Now, Jessica, there was a thought that occurred to you seconds ago, moments ago. What was the thought that you had?
Kids at weddings.
Let's talk about it.
I don't think kids should be at weddings.
What do you think? Okay, what about
I have
children?
been to a wedding with the child there, and it wasn't that bad.
Okay, how old was the kid?
At that time, he was about 7.
Okay.
7 or 8.
That's fair. And what about kids makes you feel like, ooh, you can't be here?
For one, there's alcohol, a lot of drunk adults. And I think if you bring the kid there, that means you have to leave early.
Okay.
Either you have to leave early. Wait, what did he say? 22 kids?
No, 22 minutes.
Oh, 22 minutes.
22 minutes. Okay, thank you.
I feel like, because I want all my guests to stay. I don't want them to feel like they have to leave or rush back home or go back to the hotel because your kid is tired. And I feel like parents with young children are responsible for that. And I don't want to stop them from being parents, but it's like, I kind of want that more for the parents. You don't, like, this is a day or 2 days without your kid. Like, come and be an adult and have fun with other adults. Like, if your kid, if your kid's like 12, 13, they can come to the wedding. They're invited. Because I think 12, 13 years old, you're getting into that age where you need to know how to operate around adults and teenagers. So, you know, they can come. They understand things more. They're past the point of tantrums and crying throughout the ceremony. And they're not running around like craziness and taking off their diapers and, you know, causing havoc.
Can we talk about, bro, why I was at this wedding? It wasn't even a wedding. It was a part of like the wedding events. So this girl, she's this girl I know from the neighborhood. She's also Sudanese. She got married. When did she get married? A few years ago. And while at her wedding, her friend's kids was running up and down the stairs. There's like curtains on the second floor. The second floor was not open for them kids to be running upstairs. They ran upstairs. They're like moving the curtains on the second floor. And they're like, Mom, do you see me? Mom. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, see, stuff like that is unnecessary.
The whole time I asked myself, I'm like, whose kids are these? Whose kids are these? And then I saw the mom. She was just like, these are my kids. I was like,
oh, shit.
I was like, these, bro, she didn't even look like they were her kids. It was crazy. I was like, whoa.
Because that's the other thing, you know, you bring the kids to the wedding, but are you going to be watching your kids? If you bring the 5-year-old to my wedding, are you going to watch them, or are they going to run up the stairs and pull the curtains?
Everyone else is going to be watching them.
Yeah, and I feel like that's why it's more for the parents. Don't bring your kids, because you should be free of that responsibility.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Also, what was I gonna say? Yeah. I'm sure, like, if you're that parent, you're like, oh my god,
yeah,
what
you
is
get
my
embarrassed.
kid doing? You do get embarrassed. But yeah, man, it's just leave the kids at home.
Yeah, leave the kids at home. The young kids can stay. Teenagers,
the older
you can
kids can stay.
Yeah.
I hear that. All right, so I think, do we want to get into the non-white wedding dresses? Do we want to wait?
No, we can get into it.
Okay. So non-white wedding dresses. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I thought about it.
Okay.
Because let's be real, no one here is, well, not everyone here is pure or a virgin.
Okay.
So I kind of feel like, you know, you wear white. The original reason white was worn was to signify virtue, and purity. In 2023, that's hard to find in Western culture. So it's like, now we just wear white because you wear white.
Yeah.
And white is beautiful aesthetically. Like, you know, and I think white is still the best color. You know, Jennifer Lopez has been married like 3-4 times, and every one of her dresses were white. So I think you can like remove the original reason why people wear white, but I think it all depends on the color. I would do like an off-white or maybe like a rose pink, but I would probably still do white.
Okay. I'm trying to visualize like a nice rose pink dress, like wedding dress.
It'll probably look, and that's another thing, because then it won't look like a wedding dress. It'll look like a ball gown.
Yeah. It'll just look
or like an evening dress.
Yeah.
So my point is, I want it to look like a wedding dress. So I'll probably always have a white wedding dress.
That makes sense. I feel like for me, the non-white wedding dresses, they never give. I feel like the white dresses are like, wow, like, it's a wedding dress. And they always like, yeah, I feel like there aren't enough nice non-white wedding dress designs. I don't know. I don't feel like they're there yet.
Yeah.
For people to be like, oh yeah, I want a
or
non-white dress.
I feel like when you do have these dresses that could be for wedding, you don't think wedding. You think this is just a beautiful ball gown or just a beautiful evening dress to the Oscars or to like, the Met Gala. And that's the thing. The white still signifies wedding. Yeah. So I think, but there are women who go, the opposite. There are women who get married in black dresses. Yeah. But sometimes it goes with the theme. Like people who are like goth, like they'll get married like in darker colored dresses. Or like people who are less contemporary, they'll go with like different shades of white or like maybe yellows. I saw a yellow dress once.
Excuse me. Was it nice?
Yeah. It was a very light yellow. So it wasn't harsh or bright like you're going to. It was a very like pastel, like a peach pastel yellow. Got you. I've seen pink. I've seen a blue. But like I said, you see these dresses and you're thinking, are they just going to a gala?
It gives me evening, not wedding.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So sorry. But this story just came to mind. There was this girl who went to her brother's wedding in a wedding dress.
Oh, what? Why?
In a wedding dress.
She must hate the sister-in-law.
She must hate the girl.
Yeah, she must hate
That's
the girl.
That's what we all
said. Or
said.
she hates her brother.
No. Everybody was saying it's given she's in love with him.
Oh, no.
She's in love with her brother.
Get
She doesn't want to be... Like, she doesn't want to be upstaged. So she went to her brother's wedding in a wedding dress. Because she wanted to outshine the actual bride. Could you imagine? What would y'all do if a guest showed up in a white wedding dress?
First of all, they're getting smacked and they wouldn't be allowed in.
Right.
I'm smacking the shit out. I'm smacking you. And then I'm going to call the cops to get you out of here. Right. Because, no, you don't show up. I think that speaks to her personality and her life. That she obviously, this is not her first, like, outrageous moment.
Can't be.
No. So she's probably the narcissist in the family. She's probably very obnoxious. Seriously got a jealous, possessive hold over her brother. I don't think she wants to marry her brother, but family members some families and some family members have a very strange closeness bond where it could possibly be perceived as something more than family ties, but in reality it's just like a mental and emotional hold on somebody.
Yeah. I think it's also just very strange. Like, why would you upstage this bride?
Because psychopaths and narcissists do that.
Well, I know. Obviously. I know the reason why, but it's just like, to me, it's so crazy.
What pushed her to do it?
What pushed you to do that?
Could have been a last
And
minute.
they allowed her to come in. She took pictures at the wedding. That's the part that
But what
blew
did the
me.
bride say?
I don't think the bride said anything. I don't think so. Because all I saw online were like videos of people. They went to this wedding and they were taking pictures of the sister. They're like, this isn't the bride, this is the sister of the groom. And it's just like, why? I would have a personal beef with you.
Oh yeah, that's
we're fighting. I'm taking off this white dress and we're gonna fight.
Vaseline. Go get the Vaseline.
We're going to fight, literally. Why would you ever in your life coming to a wedding in a white dress is a no. That's one thing. And then you want to come in a wedding dress? Are you crazy? Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
They want beef. She's looking for a fight. What do you think about double weddings? People who get married together? That happens.
I understand why people do it, but I just know. I need the date to be about me.
Yeah, I don't want to share my wedding.
Me, please. Please. No princesses at my wedding. It's just me. I'm the only princess at this wedding. And speaking of, what's it called? Princesses. Wait, no. Not Girl, I'm bad at transitions. Anyways, what do you guys... Okay. Thoughts on a backyard or a barn wedding? What do y'all think about this?
They can be done well if it's done well.
If it's done well. If it's not, then it'd be given like country.
I think the
very
first of all,
country.
It depends on the size of your wedding. the size, because if you have a small backyard, you're only having very few people.
Yeah, and I think most people that do that do want small weddings anyway.
And I think a barn, you're probably renting a barn house, not an actual barn with animals, because then your wedding's going to smell like crap.
Well, yeah.
And hay. You can get married at a barn house. I think the barn idea is actually, it could be beautiful if you have the right wedding planner and the decor set up. Because you want it to look like a wedding. You don't want it to look like I'm too poor to get anything else and this is where we're having it. The horse is right next to me. Like, no. No.
We ride off into the sunset.
So I think the worst thing you can do is make your wedding look half-assed, or make your wedding look like you put no effort. Because small weddings, and if you have a beautiful backyard or you know someone with a beautiful backyard, go for it.
Yeah.
It's free, or maybe you pay them a very small, thanks for letting me have my wedding here. But then you also have to remember, if you're having it in a backyard, you are providing everything.
Yeah.
So no longer is the wedding venue or a wedding planner responsible to getting things. You're doing all that. If I found a beautiful backyard and I really didn't care how many people came and it was very small, I'd get married in a backyard. I don't know if I'd get married in a barn, though, even if it was beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about it just screams like country to me, and like I'm a city girl. I'm not.
So do you want a city wedding? Do you want?
Yes. Hell yeah. What? I love the city. Love the city.
I don't want my white dress touching these nasty streets.
I hear that. Speaking of the white dress, oh my God, the most important detail. So because this wedding was in Sudan, that the groom's sister, she wore the white wedding dress.
It happened there?
Yes, in Sudan, bro.
Oh, I thought that happened here. Oh, they got brave in Sudan.
In Sudan, bro. Bro, if that was
I wonder how the family let her do that.
I don't know.
She's got the whole family on lock.
Gotta be. But also she was, and the thing about Sudan is like it's so, I don't want to say muddy, but like it's so sandy everywhere. The streets, it's sand, girl. It's the desert right there. But it's like you're literally wearing this dress. It's trailing behind you, and it's just dirt and mud and sand all over the bottom. Dress? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? This girl dumb as hell. Oh my God. Anyways, like all of that just to have dirt on it at the bottom. You look dumb. You look crazy. Next. Anyways. So I guess, this is an interesting topic. What do y'all think? Who is a wedding really for? All this wedding talk.
The bride and the groom.
For the bride? Is it for the groom? Is it for the in-laws? Is it for the guests? Who do you think a wedding is really for? What do we really do this for?
What do you think?
I think it's for the bride and the groom. Okay. You're celebrating the couple.
Okay, I hear that.
I think it's supposed to be about the bride and the groom.
Supposed to be, but everybody else inserts themselves into it.
That's what I'm saying. They insert themselves, or you're too over concerned about satisfying everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll like this cake, and I don't know about how many people, and I don't know if I want your mom to come with me to do my wedding dress shopping. And it's like, that's a good question, because it can easily fall into being about everyone else instead of being about yourself.
Yeah.
So I would hope that whoever I get married to, and when I get married, that I don't have bad blood or beef with their family or in-laws. Mm-hmm. So when they do want to participate or give, I don't have an issue with it. Mm-hmm. Or because then, some family members take over.
Yeah.
They call, and not just the
boundaries.
It's in-laws and your own family.
Yeah.
They call you, oh no, remember you have to get this, and remember this person doesn't eat that, and don't invite this person, make sure I don't sit next to this person. It's like, I better not ever get no calls like that.
I feel like it's worse though if you have family members that are helping to pay for the wedding, then they want really to dictate. Yes.
Well, that's another thing. I think if someone was offering me money, like, I want to help you with your wedding, here's a stack or whatever.
Yeah.
I would tell them right then and there, thank you very much. Yeah. I will accept. Mm-hmm. If you think, I just want you to know that this is money for the wedding for what I think, you still don't have any say over the wedding. I want us to speak. And depending on their response, if they're like, oh, well, if I'm giving you, I should have at least a say, or I'm like, then you can keep your money.
Right.
Because it ain't about you, it's about me. But if they really love you and they're really walking with you, they'll be like, I don't want no part of your wedding. Here's the help, and let me know the day and I'll be there.
Yeah. I mean, the way that I've seen people do it is they pay for the wedding stuff on their own, and then everyone else gives them the gifts at their wedding, or it's around their wedding event. So it's okay, if the wedding is on, let's say, Friday, everyone is, and like there's like a week of events leading up to Friday, the day of the wedding. Everyone is like giving you like $1,000, $500, like a couple $100, and they're like, this is a wedding gift, so it's like you get the money back, sort of.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. It's like after everything is like set in stone and like established. Usually, that's how that goes. But yeah. What was I saying? I feel like the wedding, it really do be for your parents sometimes, because sometimes they're all just like, well, I want the wedding a specific way, and it's just like, but you got married in 1984
or before then,
and it's just like, come on, bro, like you had your day, you had your wedding, and then it's just like sometimes they be having too much say, and it's like, whose wedding really is this? Am I supposed to enjoy this, or are you? Who is the wedding for? Is it my wedding? Do I get a say? And then it's just like, if you don't take their opinion sometimes, it's just like they're so hurt. It's like, how dare you? How could you? How could you not listen to me?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's not about that.
I think as the bride and the groom, you just need to set boundaries.
Right.
You can tell people, I appreciate your input.
And
I appreciate your concern, but I need you to remember
this is my wedding.
And that's hard for some people, because if you're not an assertive person, if you are intimidated by family and friends, you're not going to have fun planning your wedding. Your wedding itself is not going to be fun. And that's the part. I know someone who did not like their wedding.
Damn, bro.
But they did not like the wedding because they were too concerned about how everyone else thought about it.
Yeah.
And that told me, okay, so this wedding was never about you or your man. This is about you and the wedding and them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
You don't like my wedding? I don't care. Leave.
You didn't have to come.
No. You don't want this free food? Bye.
Right. So I guess the next thing I want to address is, what are y'all thoughts on bridezillas?
That's probably one of the worst things. I have never dealt with the bridezilla. I had friends who got married and were specific about certain things, but they were not like, oh my God, I have to deal with her for like the next whatever. I had the opposite. I feel like I had brides where they overindulged their parties. Like, meaning they went above and beyond to make sure everyone was okay with everything.
Right.
You know, got us beautiful gifts. You know, was concerned, like, if someone didn't like the dress or someone didn't, they heard them out.
Yeah.
You know, the opposite is, you know, the bridezilla who's like, her true colors come out as a control freak. You know, maybe abusive, because these brides, I don't know if you ever seen, I've actually never watched like a full episode of Bridezilla because it's hard to, because I can't stand to watch women get crazy about weddings like that. Like, we all, like, I'm a lover of weddings. I've been looking at wedding books since I was 13. So I understand, like, oh my God, it's finally my wedding time and I want this to be tip top perfect. But it's like, girl, you don't crap on your wedding party. You don't scream at your mom. You don't scream at the people helping you, your in-laws. Yeah. You don't demand. You're not a princess or a queen. Yeah. You are a bride, but relax yourself. Because I don't want to go to a wedding. Like, I don't want to be part of a wedding. Yeah. Like, if I had a friend and I started to see that she is the bridezilla, I would excuse myself out of the party. Because I'm not about to not enjoy a wedding.
I hear that. I think the reason why the whole bridezilla concept even exists is because for your whole life as a woman, you're told, I don't know if it's just in the U.S. I don't think it's just in the U.S. Even like outside of the U.S., for me at least, you're told your entire life, like, this is the most important event that is going to happen to you. The most important thing. Every single eye will be on you in that room. You in that dress. You wear a white dress to set yourself apart from everybody else. The attention is going to be on you. So I think some people, they take that and they run with it, and it's just like, okay, the attention is going to be on me. Everything's going to be on me. But, like, they don't consider, it's like they never are able to step out of that. So they come off very self-centered. But really, I think it's just a product of that, I don't want to say conditioning, but maybe it is conditioning, of just like that whole social, your whole life you hear, you're going to be the center of attention, you're going to be the center of attention. Anything that takes you out of that is like, boom, can't be done. I can't have that. No, the attention has to be on me. Bro, I read a story on Reddit. This woman, she had...
I'm so afraid of that website.
Bro, the asshole things on there is like, it'd be scary sometimes. It's just like, I can't believe y'all are dealing with real people like this. But anyways, so this woman, she was getting married, and I think the person who wrote the post is like their brother or their sibling, and their sister was getting married, and they have a son who is disabled, I think he's in a wheelchair, or maybe like he has some kind of like walking aid, right? So he said, yeah, you know, we'll be coming to this wedding, we'll come to your wedding, whatever. And then the bride said, I think she like sent him a message saying, yeah, your son can't be invited to the wedding because he'll take the attention off of me. Imagine.
I would cut that person off for the rest of my life. I would have no problem not talking to that person ever again.
You're sick. You're literally so sick. Your nephew, who is disabled, is going to take attention away from you on your day.
I would never. I don't care if you're my sibling. I will never talk to you again if you said that about my kid.
You're sick.
Like, because that says a lot about you as a person.
Literally, you're like, so sick for that.
Not he can't come because the venue is not wheelchair accessible. Like,
no,
not that.
No,
just
like
he's just attention. Like,
you're
a terrible person. You know, weddings bring out a true characters. They bring
the
out
worst.
I think weddings, children,
the worst.
financial problems bring out the truth about people.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
And I get it. Everyone has flawed parts, dark parts, bad parts. But if you can't check that part, something's wrong.
Or have people around
You're
you
a danger
that
to
care
those
about
around you
that can check you. Like, whoa, I'm afraid of you.
I would be like, well, this is the last time you'll ever speak to us. You'll never have to worry about your nephew taking away attention from you ever again. Stay away from us. I don't care if you're my sister, my brother. Goodbye.
Yeah, 100%.
I will cut off somebody real quick. 'Cause to say that is crazy.
About a child?
That's what I'm saying. No.
Can't have that. All right. So then I had an original thought. I feel like that is a bridezilla, a woman who feels like, you'll take the attention off of me. But for me, I was thinking, because I remember I saw this video on Twitter of this woman. She was upset because, like, her wedding entrance song, they were playing the wrong song. And, like, she was visibly upset. She was just like, play the right song. Like, what's going on? And she was upset. And people were like, look at this bridezilla, whatever. So for me, when I see that, and I saw a lot of other people saying as well, and I agreed, like, is it really a bridezilla, or is it a bride-to-be? Is it a bride who paid mad money for something to go right?
Yeah, you have one job.
Literally, you have press play.
That's it. Have it on the right playlist. No, I'd be pissed too, because I'm paying. You ruined my moment. I'm not getting another moment.
You pay so much for things to go right, and then when things go wrong, it's just like, bro.
Yeah, I would not be happy. I would try not to let it ruin my night, because it shouldn't ruin your night, but I would definitely have a bone to pick, because like I said, this is your job. It's one job. You don't got to worry about nothing else that's happening in here.
Yeah.
You don't have to say hi to people. You don't got to bring out the food. You don't have to do the nuptials. You are here to plug in your speakers and plus pray.
And that's it.
That's it. Get the song right.
Right. Okay, we have 2 minutes. I want to see if I could speed through everything else, because I think we're almost done. Okay, so
lab-grown diamonds. I saw that.
All right, do you want to talk about rings?
Which were you going to say?
I was going to say outdressing the bride. Do you think this is a thing? Quick. Is it possible to outdress the bride? I don't think so.
Some girls try.
Some girls try?
Some try.
Really?
They try. I think some girls try and some girls can't help it. If they look great in a nice dress. Yeah. I had a friend who went to a wedding. She wore a red dress. It wasn't nothing flashy, but red itself is flashy. And she's beautiful, and she knows how to wear her clothes. The bride got pissed and basically kicked her out the wedding.
That is nasty.
Because she wore a red dress.
That is nasty.
And my thing is, if you felt outshined like that on your wedding day, that's terrible. Yeah. That means you didn't pick out the right dress for yourself.
Let's talk about it.
Because I would be like, no one's dress looking better than mine.
Exactly.
And you could have just had a side conversation with her like, yo, girl, you know you look better than me today? Why are you? I'm going to let whatever, but I remember that, and go enjoy your day.
Yeah.
No, I think most people don't purposely try to outshine because they do want respect and they're happy for you. But I'm sure there are girls out there who are trying.
100%.
Because they're trying to snag a partner. They're not trying to outshine the bride. They're trying to get a man.
Let's wake it up. The real reason why people go to weddings, ladies and gentlemen, is to find
for real
a man.
And lab-grown diamonds.
Okay, we'll just do lab-grown diamonds very, very quickly before we gotta end.
Don't give me no lab-grown diamond.
Really?
And I don't even want a diamond.
What kind of stone do you want?
A lot of people don't realize those diamonds only became popular in like the 1920s and 30s when like men on Wall Street were like competing about bigger weddings and bigger rocks. There's so many more jewels that are way more rare than a diamond. And that's what I want. I want something rare. I don't want something that you can grow in a lab.
What do you want?
I have on my Pinterest, I have like sapphires. I would take a sapphire, maybe a ruby. You know, I don't care for a diamond. I actually don't want a diamond.
I don't want a diamond either. I want an emerald.
Emeralds are beautiful.
Emeralds are beautiful. But also the whole like going to Africa and making a little kid like dig for one in a mine. I don't like all of that. So I feel like a greenstone would be cool with me.
Some people are like, well, that's why I like a lab grown, because it was in the lab and not a child.
But
there are adults that diamond mine too. So if you want a diamond, but you have to find a company that stands by that, where it's actually stated
that adults are doing it.
That this is not based on child labor.
But even then, I don't need somebody to go like deep in the earth and like dig and dig and dig.
Well,
Like,
they do that for all the jewels, though. All the jewels, someone's got to dig them up.
I know that, but I'm saying I don't need that. All right. And on that note, this has been the Rampage. It's been a lovely episode.
Thank you
with
for having
our guest,
me.
Miss Jessica, twice in
back.
a row. Woo! And of course, we have James on the board. Thank you, James.
Thank
we
you,
have
James.
Stacy on the camera. Thank you, Stacy. This has been the Rampage. Thank you for tuning in. Same week next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.